welcoming Mr. Nathan Curry.
I like how he rushed through my name. Mr. Nathan Curry. What's up?
Oh.
Always front row, every single week, best humor. I honestly think that they pay her to be here. Now, it's pretty fucking obvious I'm American, I'm sorry. Now, more specifically, I'm from Kentucky. Fuck, I'm sorry. Now, you will never meet anybody else from Kentucky because only 4 of us escaped. Now, let's get one more thing out of the way. Is there anybody in here over 40? Fuck!
Over here.
What?
Over here.
Oh! How old? How old?
45.
45, thank you! Thank you, brother! Because the vast majority... The old man has company! The old man has company? No, because when I perform here on Sunday nights, it's like the vast majority of the time I am the oldest person in the room. So, thank you. Now, oh shit, where do I want to go with this? Let's see. Yeah, so being in the Middle Ages, it's getting tougher. It's getting tougher. For example, I can't trust a sneeze or a cough anymore. I can pull a muscle so easily. Achoo! Ah, fuck! and also, thank you, Cecilia.
I feel you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh man! Now, another thing too, and I'm sure this is what you guys really wanted to visualize. When I'm on the toilet, I flush as I go. So that's why. Do I hear brother? But here's the thing, the great thing about being Middle Ages and flushing as you go. Depending on the toilet, you get a nice ball rinse. And trust me, that feels way better than what I do most of the time, which is sit on them. Note to self, new jokes, maybe not do those again. Now, I was with my ex for 15 years, and so got divorced a few years ago, and of course I was really nervous about getting back in the dating game. Just like, do I still got it? Do I have the swagger? Like, can I get it? One thing I realized about dating in your Middle Ages, it's fucking awesome! Nobody has times for Nobody has time for games or bullshit. This is how it goes. Divorced, right? Yeah, who's not? How many kids? 2. How many kids? 3. When are you available? Every other Thursday from 6. Am I that fucking hot? Yeah, and there's a dent in it too. So let's see how this goes. Fucked up my punchline. When are you available? Ever.
That's a new punchline.
When are you available? That's not American. I don't need this shit. Loud enough. When are you available? Every other Thursday from 6 to 7:30. Want to get together and have sex? Yes, let's do that. And that just dive into the toilet like my balls.
Keep fighting, dude.
Let's see how this goes. Jesus. Another thing too, it's also kind of amazing how much in your middle ages that you lower your standards.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, she's been to prison. Has it been for killing anyone? No. Okay, swipe right. Now, recently I matched with someone. We started, the first day we were communicating about every half an hour. Then day number 2, started out that way as well, but then I was with my kids, so I didn't respond for, 4 hours or so. Then when I did respond, I got this really short, snappy answer and nothing till the next day. Then the next day, she wrote, oh, it started out great, but I need more wooing than that. Wooing? You are 48, divorced with 3 kids. The wooing days are far over. You are now in the whoa days, as in, whoa, you better lower your standards if you want to get a man. All right, enough about my age. Jesus Christ. Move on! You're making me uncomfortable. Old man with the beer gut. You're making me uncomfortable. Now, I came to Denmark originally to do my master's, and the very first thing I realized is how fucking short I am for this country. And this is a true story. The second day I was here, I was in a restaurant, I went in to go pee, and the urinal was higher than my dick. Do I ask for a stool? Like, what's culturally appropriate?
It's true.
So, I just kind of came up on my toes, kind of tried to arc it in. Now, how many Danes do we have in the room? Okay, decent number. This is for the internationals. No, one thing I love about Danes is how much they follow the rules. It's precious. For example, I loved when I was a student coming back, from the bar 1, 2 in the morning and seeing Danes waiting to cross the street, waiting for the light to cross the street with no cars anywhere in sight. And even during the day, and I do this, even today, coming in on the train, coming here tonight, I walk up to the traffic light, look both ways, no cars, and I cross, and just see Danes standing there going, you could do that? Now, all right, quick one-liner. How do you make a Dane happy and pissed off in the same 10 seconds? Give them a beer, let them take a drink, and then tell them it's non-alcoholic. 2 more no? No, thank you. And now you've added fruit into it? Is that anything even close to beer? No. And another thing too I loved was when I was a student at a party and talking to 2 Danes, and when I would leave, and I'd go, I'll be back in a second, guys. And then just listening to how long they spoke English together before realizing that they had their own language. You'd be surprised how long that can go on. Now, one of my the best experiences I've had in Denmark to date was the very first Christmas that I was here. Now, as you guys know, exams are after Christmas. So, I never went back to the States for Christmas and be too stressed, worrying about exams, all of that. So, the girl I was dating at the time was like, well, what are you going to do for Christmas? I'm like, I have no idea. She's like, well, come to my parents' place. They live down south, southern Denmark, old hippies, small farm in the middle of nowhere, huge organic garden, they made amazing food. So now I had already met her sisters, but had not met her brother. So we're there, Christmas dinner, and they're like, okay, we have an international student coming, so we're gonna make this full-blown traditional meal, blah, blah. And now they have one of those rooms, it's just like one big open room that's just kind of divided, TV over here, blah, blah. So you had the kitchen, with a, for most people would be a waist-high wall. For me, it's like, you know, neck high. And then when you're standing at the sink, you're looking down the dining table. Now, apparently my humor can go into the toilet. So anyways, I had been joking with her sister. I had already had like 2 plates of food. And her sister was like, I bet you can eat more. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. This is good shit. And so I started taking more food. Now, I did not notice that her mother had already started gathering plates. Now, of course, in Denmark, you don't take anything off the table until everyone is done eating. So she just kind of stops. She's not sure what to do. And her father's already washing the dishes, and so he's looking down the table, and he just starts going off. Now, I didn't know a word of Danish at this point. You know, like, I didn't know a word. So he starts like going off, then she's yelling at him, her sister's kicked in on her side. It was obvious her brother kicked in on his side. Now what I found out later was that he was like, oh, look at this typical American taking more than he needs. Doesn't he know when to stop eating? They just take and take and take. And, you know, my girlfriend was like, oh, you fucking old hippie, you're always talking about cultural acceptance. Americans eat a lot at Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, da-da-da-da, and then her sisters, you know, were on her side. Her brother was basically, down with the U.S.! Now, this whole time, her mother's still standing there with dishes. And she's trying, she can't say my name, because then I know something is up. So then she starts going like, the guest is noticing. The guest is noticing. Full-blown family fight that I started, and I'm still eating. Well, I wonder what's happening. So every single bite I take is just fuel on the fire. Cheers, guys. Shameless self-promotion. Nathan Curry, comedian, YouTube and Instagram. Da-da-da.